So because of that, internet users got increased. So if the internet usage is getting be increased, means definitely the application usage getting be increased. If the application usage getting be increased, means what is the meaning of it? The number of users getting be increased. So the number of users data who are going to be logging into the application, who are going to be newly registered into the application, each and every data need to be stored, and the corresponding data need to be monitored, and the corresponding data need to be update end of the application on the means application data. Simply we can say to perform any kind of the operation on the application data or the user data through the application, data science playing very important role. So handling of the data, monitoring of the data, managing of the data, very easy through the data science now in the market. So even the data science modules are with the Python. Because of these technologies, data science, artificial intelligence, Python is getting be, or Python is vigorously hearing in everywhere. Wherever you are going to, everywhere, every people can say the Python is best choice for now. Yes, obviously. Because if you know the Python, you can able to choose your career in artificial intelligence. You can able to choose your path as a web developer. You can able to choose your path as a data scientist. So what you want to become with the Python, it is possible now. And you can able to earn. You can able to be earn as like a Java developer now with the Python. So there are the many advantages we have in the market now. Since 4 to 5 years, comparing with other languages, other technologies, Python is getting more demanded. Because of the two major technologies right now adoptable in the market. So those are what? Artificial intelligence and data science. Because of that, the Python is getting demanded more. So what is the Python? What is the origin of the Python? What kind of applications the Python can able to develop? What kind of features the Python have? What kind of limitations the Python have? Okay, those kind of the things first we require to know. Okay, as part of the corresponding introduction. So very first point is what in sense? History. So basically the Python developed by Guido Van Rossum. Guido Van Rossum. He is the author or founder of the Python. In the early 1980s, Van Rossum was written the Python for the first time. So from that point of time, compatibility less complex, like complexity is less only comparing with other languages, but compatibility is less by that time. So there is limitation during that during those days. So the Python is not much demanded during those days. Later the Java has coming to the picture. The Java is more dangerous during those time, because with the Java we can develop anything, any platform easily, any platform we can adapt easily. That was the reason Java got developed. Java got vigorously used during those days, comparing with the Python. But later the Python was upgraded and updated with a lot of things. With those things, we can develop anything with the Python now in the market. Okay, so the point is here, the Python was developed by Guido Van Rossum. He is the founder. When he is working at the organization, just a moment, guys. I'm getting the call. Just a moment. Hello. Class లో ఉన్నాను చేస్తా. లేదు, నేను తీసుకోలేదు, అందుకని ఇప్పుడు నేను బయటికి రాలేను మరి. లేదు, Python 9:30 and Python. ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేసాం 15 minutes అవుతుంది. ఎందుకు లేదు లేదు నాకు లేదు ఇప్పుడు అవుదాం 9:30కి చూద్దాంలే. డిన్నర్ చేయలేదులే కానీ సరే అయిపోయినాక ఫోన్ చేస్తాను. సరే సార్ ఏమైనా అర్జెంటా? కదా 9:30 తర్వాత వెళ్దాం ఉండదండి. మళ్ళీ ఆఫీస్ ఉంది. చెప్తాలే 9:15 9:20 కాల్ చేస్తాను. అయిపోయినా నాకు వదిలితే నేను కంప్లీట్ చేసుకుంటాను. అంతే కదా. పంపిస్తాను ఇప్పుడే పంపిస్తాను. ఇప్పుడే సరే. Sorry guys, sorry. So Python was developed by Guido van Rossum when he was working with the organization called as NRI. NRI stands for National Research Institute, where it is located in Netherlands. When he is working with NRI, National Research Institute, Netherlands, okay, the Python was developed. So basically, the Python was first written in the year of 1989, but officially released. So it was written first time written in the year of 1989, but it was released in the year of 1991, Feb 20. This is the date. Okay. So that means from the 1991 onwards, the Python is available to anybody, to all for their uses. That is the point. Officially available from 1991, but it was written in the year of 1989. The complete Monty Python's circus. Monty Python circus. The complete Monty Python circus. So this is the most popular TV channel program broadcasted in BBC. Voice is not audible. Just a moment.
Audible, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Krishna, can you please check your voice, like internet first? You're facing some issue. Let me check about. Please wait. My network is, I guess, good. Yeah. I'm getting 45, 46 Mbps.
So voice is not audible. Hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yeah, I'm getting your voice. Who is speaking? Kishore.
Good నా దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి బ్లర్ ఉన్నాయి.
Sir, I'm not getting you.
Kishore, can you please check your connectivity once, please don't mind.
Yeah. Now it's okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
actually, my network is good. I have already checked in the network only. So 46 Mbps download and upload.
Yeah,
also
now
for-
it's okay, sir. Now it's okay. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. So fine. So the point is, during the time 1969 and 1974, in the BBC channel, there is a program is broadcasted that is that complete Monty Python circus. Actually, our author was most addicted for this corresponding program. So while thinking for his development, what name he want to keep, he got an idea, why not go for this corresponding program? Why this corresponding program name for my program or for my programming language? So that is the reason he was decided to keep the name like the Python for our popular language called as Python programming language. So based on this TV channel program, okay, Rosam have decided the naming for our programming language like Python. That's it. Actually, there are many ideas. There are many ideas. The ideas like C continuation. So like that, there are many ideas are there during those days. But Rosam have decided to keep the name like the Python for his development. So that is the reason we are using the programming language name as the Python. This is the reference. This is the reference. This is not at all be relevant for our programming language, but based on the author's interest, he was decided to keep the name like the Python. That's it. This is the small history about our Python, guys. That's it. Okay, then you may have a question. What kind of roots for Python programming language? What kind of roots we have for the Python programming language? Means roots means here the references. What are the references the Rosam have considered to develop the Python? Basically, I have already told you, Python is the single language, can be considered for the multi-purpose. Can be considered for the multi-purpose. Multi-purpose means how I'm going to say the Python is for multi-purpose. So very simple, very simple. Basically, the Python developed based on some root language. Based on some languages are the root languages. So first one is C programming language. Second one is C++ programming language. Third one is Perl. Fourth one is not Perl. Yeah, third one, Perl and shell script. Perl and shell script. Fourth one is modular approach or modular 3. So these are the 4 languages the Rosam have considered to develop the Python. Why? What kind of features the corresponding languages have? So all the features are going to be insisted into the Python. That means in the C programming language, we have functional approach. In the C programming language, we have the functional approach, are also called as procedural approach. Means any development is possible. Any development is possible with the help of the functions. Like C programming language consisting of many functions, many predefined functions like printf, scanf, putchar, getS, puts, fputs, fputc. Like that, there are many functions are there. Malloc, cloc, realloc, free. Many functions are there. Okay. So like the Python, like the C programming language, the Python also be developed with a lot of predefined functions. So that approach is from C. So that is the reason I'm saying. For the development of Python, C is one of the root technology. So the Python also consisting of lot of predefined functions like len, id, next int, float, float. So lot of functions are available. Hundreds of functions are available. Using those kind of functionalities are the functions we can develop any complex application with a minimal amount of code. So that is one of the biggest advantage what we have with the Python. Next, you know what? High-level programming languages are developed into three types I have said. Procedural languages, or simply we can say the structural. Next, object-based and object-oriented. So the first object-oriented programming language is C++. The first object-oriented programming language is the C++. So from the C++ programming language, the tendency of object-oriented programming concepts have included. So what are the object-oriented programming concepts are there? So very simple. Encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Next, abstraction. So like there are the principles are going to be taken from the C++, which are going to be supported the object-oriented programming. Okay, so for the Python, C++ is also one of the root technology or the root language, because like the C++, the object-oriented principles are the concepts. Object-oriented principles or the concepts have been included, have been insisted. Next, shell script or the Perl. So basically, when you are going to be, or when you want to write the test cases for testing any kind of the application, before going to release into the market, we require some scripting languages. Perl is one of the scripting languages. Shell script is one of the scripting languages. So to test any functionality, whether it is working as per our expectation or client expectation or not, the test cases are mandatory. To write any test cases, simply we require the scripting language. The scripting language like the shell script or Perl required. So what are the functionality we have in Perl or the shell script? Those were insisted into the Python. So that is the reason, like the Perl and shell script, the Python also can be useful for scripting, not only for the development. We can use for the testing also. We can use the Python for writing of the scripting or the test cases to test any kind of the application before going to launch into the market. Okay, so this is one more point. Next, Modular 3. Actually, any complex application development become easy by doing the modular approach. Means, for example, you have an application. The application have 10 features. Development of all the 10 features within the application from end to end is very difficult. So instead, if you can be divide this corresponding application into the multiple modules, like for example, module 1. Module 1 included 2 features. Module 1 included the 2 features. Next, module 2 might include the 1 feature. Module 3 might include the 2 features again. So like this, if you can be divide the total application into multiple modules, what happened here? The corresponding from the team, for example, in your team, there are the 10 people, 10 developers are there. Out of the 10 developers, few people are going to be work for the module 1. Few people are going to be work for the module 2. Few are going to be work with the remaining modules. Like that, if you are going to be plan the development of any complex application like this, so parallel application development means parallel development is possible on the same application. It is very easy to complete the task very faster. So that is the reason Python have been included the functionality. So basically that functionality is taken from the modular 3. So we can develop any kind of the complex application very easily by splitting down into multiple modules. So that feature is from the modular 3. So when the Python was written by the Rossum by the first time during the time of 1989, the Rossum have considered the functionality from these 4 languages. So that is the reason I'm going to say, means not only me, according to the standards, we can say the Python have been developed from the different technologies. So these are what called as the root technologies or the root languages for the Python. All the functionalities from these root languages have been insisted into the Python. Because of this, any development is easier now in the market for any kind of the technology. So this is about the simple point what we have. So if anybody can ask, what are the roots for the Python? How the Python got developed? On which basis of the languages the Python got developed? So like this, if anybody can ask, you can explain about this. Next, what kind of features the Python can suppose to use or suppose to implement? What kind of features the Python supports that we require to know? So as per our understanding, like the C programming language, Python is one of the procedural programming languages. Python is one of the procedural programming language. So this is one of the biggest feature. Like the C programming language, to develop anything, we can use lot of predefined functions or the built-in functions. Because of that, the development is easy. Okay, so this is one of the feature. And the Python is one of the high-level programming languages. Like other programming languages, we can use the Python, means we can use the Python with some user understandable words. So that is the reason we can say the Python is high-level programming language, or also called as user-friendly programming language. And the Python is object-oriented programming language. This tendency is from the C++. The Python is scripting language. This tendency is from the shell script and Perl. Okay. This is also one more feature what we have. Fifth point is the Python is modular based programming language. Modular based programming language. This tendency is from the modular 3. Along with this, we can say some more features. Python is one of the easy programming languages. Python is one of the easy programming language. That means it has the easy syntax comparing with other programming languages. Let us suppose if you want to write the very first program in the Python, in Python, so what happened? That we require to be checked. Based on this only, I will tell you whether the Python is easier or not. So for example, very first program is nothing but obviously hello world program. In any language, hello world program is the very first very first program. Okay. So if you want to write the hello world program in the Python, what is the criteria we require to be followed? So that we require to check it. So the same program, if you want to write in other languages, first we can check with that. Then after that, we can come back with the Python. Okay. So let us take the C programming language first. I'm going to take the online C programming language. To of printf, we can write hello world with the quotations. So total 4 lines of statements we require to write to get the hello world on the screen is using the C programming language. So here we must be remember the first statement is hash include std_h. What is meant by the hash include? Why we require to use? What is meant by the std_h? And what is the relation between our program and the std_h? We require to remember. And then our C programming must be start from the main for the execution. So what is meant by the main? What is meant by the void? So all those corresponding points we require to be remember. And even printf consisting of some text in the quotes for printing. Okay. So total 4 lines of code we must be used when you want to write the very first program in the C. The same program if you want to write in the Java, I'm taking the Java programming language now. If you want to write in Java, what happened? We can check it. Suppose here, I want to write the hello world only using the Java. So when you want to write the hello world in Java, first we require to write the class name, public class, my first program. My first program, I'm going to give the name, my first program, then start with the flower bracket. In between, we can write public static void main of string of argus. Then in between, we require to write system.out.println of hello world. Hello world. We require to write like this. After the 6 lines of code, if you can be run your code, you can able to get the hello world on the screen. So in the Java, we must be use 6 lines of code to get the hello world on the screen or on the console. Okay. If the same program you want to write using the C programming language, we need the 4 lines of code. So in the C programming language, we need the 4 lines of code. But the same program, if you want to write in the Python, no need of all these. No need. We just required only one statement. See, remember here, when you want to write hello world in the Python, so no requirement to remember the hash include and the relation between the hash include and our program. What is meant by the stdio.h, what is main, and remembering of the class definition, main definition, not required like the C and Java. We can just write printer. There is a function called as a printer, single function, printer. Okay. So open the bracket after the printer and specify some text as like the C, hello world, whatever you want. Hello world, that's it. Even keeping of the semicolon also be optional. Here in the C programming language, if I'm going to remove the semicolon and running the program, definitely I can get the error. But in Java, so in Python, if I'm going to write semicolon or without the semicolon, I can get the output like this. See, if I'm going to run the program, it is nothing. Semicolon is nothing in the Python. Optional. If you want to keep, you can. Otherwise, ignore it. So if you can be compare the Python with other programming languages, the same program, I can be write. I have been written. How written in Python. So simply, I have consumed only one single line of code. Comparing with other programming languages, I have taken only one single line of code. So according to this, we can understand Python has very easy syntax. Very easy syntax. So that is the reason we can say the Python is one of the easy programming languages. If the person who want to learn the Python as a beginner without having any knowledge of any other languages is easy because the Python syntax is very easy, very simple, very simple. With or without the knowledge of other languages, we can able to start the Python. So that is the reason even in the schools, during the schools also, as part of their studies, the Python is one of the subject as added. So Python is very friendly and easy to learn by anybody. So that was the reason the school people also learning the Python now during their schools, school educations, simply we can say. Okay, so it is one of the important feature we require to be remembered. And one more feature is Python is open and a free programming language. Python is open and free programming language. So anybody can use the Python in their systems of any operating system without paying the single rupee. Suppose you are having the Linux operating system, I am having the Windows operating system. Both of we, means both of here, you and me, both commonly we can use the Python. As a Windows subscriber, I can use the Python. without paying the single rupee. As a Linux subscriber, you can also be used without paying the single rupee. So the Python is allowed to use or work with the Python in any platform. So that is the meaning of open. Open source, nothing but can allow to be used the Python in any platform, in any operating system. That is the meaning of open. Open source. Free is nothing but need not to be paid a single rupee to get the Python into our system. So some of the programming languages have the licenses to use. So no requirement to use the license, no requirement of the license cost for the Python. So that is the reason I'm saying Python is free. Suppose you want to use the Python in your system. How to get the Python now I want to tell you. So it is completely free, I have said now. So I want to tell you now how to make the Python setup into our systems. Python setup. So first of all, before going to make a Python setup into your system, first you can be checked whether you are having the Python software into your system or not. So actually in my computer, I have already the Python software, but I want to show you how to check whether the Python software is already available or not. Okay. So very first step during the Python setup, what we can do means check whether the Python software is already existed or not. Is already existed or not. How we can be instance? Very easy procedure. Open your command prompt. For every computer, there is a command prompt. Terminal. Simply we can say command prompt or the terminal. Okay. So for the Windows, that is what called as a command prompt. For the Linux subscribers or for the Mac OS subscribers, that is what called as a terminal. Computer. So just search about the CMD in your search bar. Search about the CMD in your search bar. Okay. Then you can get a command prompt like this. So if you can be click on this command prompt, there is a black screen can be opened. Okay. So this is the screen. So simply we can say this is what called as a command prompt. Okay. In this command prompt, you can simply search about Python space hyphen version. Python space hyphen version. This is a command. We need to be type in the command prompt. After typing, you can get means you can hit the enter button. Then you can understand the Python have been with so on. So like Python 3.13.1 means this is what called as a Python version with which I'm already having in my computer. Okay. So according to this, I can understand the Python is already running in my computer. So first we require to be check whether the Python is already existed or not. Okay, this is the very first step we require to do. Okay, so after doing this only, we can get the clarity. Now I'm going to write the same point. So open the command prompt and type a command. Type a command. What is a command? So command name is, I'm writing in the quotes, double quotes, but don't give the quotes. Okay, Python space hyphen version. This is the command we require to be typed. And hit means press a enter button. Enter button from your keyboard. So that's it. This is the first step we require to do. So here the point is, if Python is already existed, then this command can display. This command can So first of all, I'm going to remove my Python. Go to control panel. I'm removing. I'm going to control panel, opening the programs and features. I'm having the Python software here. See here, get down. There is a Python software like this. I'm just going to click on uninstall. So it will take some time. We should be wait until the completion. After the completion, we can be get the clarity, what kind of error it is. System, don't worry. Internet speed also be important. If you have the good I'm just going to close my software. Just click on it. So launcher also I'm going to be removing. So preparing to remove. Done. There is no Python software in my computer now. So now if you can be type the same command, same in the command prompt. If you can be type the same command, Python space -hyphen version, just click on enter. See, Python was not found. This is an error. Run without arguments to install from the Microsoft Store or disable this shortcut. From settings, you can use the manage app execution aliases. So the point is, this is the kind of error. When the software is not there, we can be get like this. Okay. So that is the reason I have been written like this. So we can get the error. So we can get the error. So the error can be displayed with Python was not found. Python was not found. This is the point. Okay. So this is the thing what we have been done. So when the Python software is not there, so when the Python software is not existed, then we need to install this. How? Second step, install the Python software. So how we can able to be installed? We can check it. So open the browser. Open the browser and type python.org. The searching. Just click on this corresponding option. First link only you can be click on. Okay. When you can be click, we can be get the official website of the Python. This is our official website of the Python. Okay. So here you have the downloads option. Just click on the downloads. So now you can see here the new window. In this, we have the option called download the latest version for Windows. If your computer is with Windows operating system, use this option directly. If you are using other than the Windows operating system, according to your operating system, for example, you are using Linux, just click on this. Then you can be get all the Python software resource for the downloading with all the multiple releases can be. So whatever the release you want, if you want to work with the Python 2, or if you want to work with the Python 3 point something older version, if you want any version, we can able to be get it from here. Lot of information is available. Even the Python 2 also be there. According to your, like for example, client requirement. Sometimes the client may assist. Can you please develop your software with the older version only, or with the latest version only? According to the client requirement, we can do it. Okay. So according to your requirement, which version you want, you can be installed from here. Okay. So here, this is from Linux portal. If you want from Windows, for example, for the Windows only, other than the latest version, if you want to get something else, okay, then go to the Windows. Then here, all the versions, the older versions, 3.12, 3.11. So there are many, 3.10, many are there. From this, which version you want, you can choose and get it. But I need the latest version only. I want to give you the corresponding information about the Python based on the latest versions. So that is the reason I'm going to be download the latest version of the Python. Download the Python 3.13.1. This is the latest version which is available in the official website. Okay. So after the downloading, see here, the file got developed, downloaded successfully. After the successful downloading, just click on this. Click on this to run the corresponding file. To run that corresponding file. When you can be click on that file for the running, here in this prompt, there is a new prompt opened. Okay. In this prompt, you can just use the last option. See, add python.exe to path. You must be select this. Actually, it was in deselected mode. You must be select this option. Okay. After selecting this, you can use the option. You can use the option called as the install now. If you want to keep your Python software, into C drive only. Actually, every computer consisting of the multiple drives. Commonly, all the kind of softwares we can be restore in C drive only. Windows related softwares or other kind of softwares we can be keep in the C drive only. Okay. Other than the C drive, if you want to keep somewhere else, just go to the customize installation. Okay. So install now is very common. So I'm going to use the customize installation for you. Okay. Just click on the customize installation. Okay. It is showing optional features, documentation, pip and everything. Okay. Just click on the next. I don't want to do anything. Okay. Now here we have the browse option. So here there are the multiple things actually. Pre-compiled standard library, download debugging symbols, download debug binaries, download free threaded binaries. So like that, there are many. Best you can be install Python 3.13 for all users instance. No, not required. So this is for my computer. So I don't want to be choose this, but I want to choose the remaining pre-compiled standard library, download debugging symbols, download debugging binaries, download free threaded binaries like this. All I want to be add, but except the first one, because this is running in my computer only. I'm not the admin to monitor all other remaining computers. So I'm using for my computer. So I don't want to be use this. Okay. Now after this, just click on the browse button. Click on the browse button. And in your computer, where you want to keep your folder. So just go down. Just go down where you want to keep your folder. So what I want to do, I can be use my computer. I can use the my computer. Just a moment. Yes. Yeah. This PC option is there. Just click in this Windows C. So actually, in Windows C, I want to keep or I want to create a new folder here. I want to create the new folder here. So which folder I want to create instance? So very simple. Go to C drive here. Go to C drive. And here I want to create the new folder. Just go to new. Go to new folder. And the folder name I'm using like Python. That's it. I'm going to use the Python. That's it. Okay. Just click on the Python. And I'm going to use this Python folder. That's it. This is the folder what I have been selected. That means all of my Python related software information can be reside into that corresponding folder. That's it. Nothing much. And then click on install. So we should be wait until the completion, because there are a lot of libraries need to be installed. So it will take too much of the time. So until the time we should be wait, because here the internet speed is also be important. If your internet speed is too good, then it will be complete within 1 or 2 seconds. Okay. Or with maximum of 1 or 2 minutes, it will be complete. Okay. If your internet speed is moderate, it will take some time. Okay. It is worst instance, it will take too much of time also. Based on your internet, it will be complete. Okay. So almost completed. Wait a second.
Sir, what does symbols mean?
Symbols.
There was debug symbols.
Sorry.
There was an option debug symbols.
Yeah, there are some elements or the options we can be used for debugging. Okay, shortcuts simply we can say. Understood. So those are what called as the symbols. I will tell you at the time of debugging what kind of symbols we can use.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
simply we can say there are some options we can use to do the debugging. Understood. So for example, instead to do the debugging manually, Okay, so by simply pressing the Control A, we can able to be select some part, and that part, selected part only want to debug. Okay, so to do such type of the special actions, we can use some shortcuts. Those are only be called as the symbols. Understood? So I will tell
Okay,
you.
sir.
I will tell you in our coming class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Almost done. Just click on the close. Now software like Python software have installed successfully. So this is the criteria what we require to do to install the Python software. So what we have been done, open browser. Open browser. So this is the first step what we require to do. Then second step is type about python.org. Then after that, click on downloads. Click on downloads. Then after that, select your Python version or Python software version. Python software version to download based on your computer. Based on your computer. That's it. Okay. So then after the downloading means just click on the software. Click on the software to download. Then after that, after the downloading, run that software or run that file for installation. Okay, so these are the 6 steps. So during the installation, select the option. So this is what called add path. So this option will require to be select. After in the second window, accept choose. Next option, select or the choose. Select either install now option or either install now option or custom installation. Anything is fine, guys. According to your interest, you can be. Okay. If you can be do the install now, it can be install the Python software into C drive automatically. Otherwise, if you want to keep your own drive, you can go for the installation, customize installation. Okay. So after that, just click on install. It will take some time for the completion of the installation. That's it. So these are the steps what we require to do. So now you can just open the command prompt to check whether the Python software have installed successfully or not. So now you can just type Python space -- version, enter. Now see the Python version is 3.13.1. So Python software is there now. Python software have installed successfully now. Okay. So this is the way that how we can able to be install the Python software. After installation, we can use the Python software according to our requirement. So I have proved that whether the Python software is open or not. Yes, it is open source. Why? Because in the python.org, the Python software is available not only for the Windows, it is available for the Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and any other other environments. So according to this is a free source I have said. Okay. It's a general purpose programming language. One more feature, Python is general purpose programming language. What it means? So using the Python, we can develop any kind of the application. Like we can develop standard applications. We can develop the standard applications. We can develop the web applications. We can develop the distributed applications also. I have already told you what are these. In our first class only we have seen about this. So any kind of the application we can develop using the Python. So that is the reason we can say the Python is general purpose programming language. And the Python is portable. Python is portable. Okay. That means we can develop the Python in one platform and we can able to extend that corresponding Python application which you have been developed in one platform into any platform, into any other platform without any modification. For suppose I have been written one simple program. Example here. See, I have installed the Python software into my computer now. See, open the Python software into your computer. Open your Python software into your computer. See this. This is my Python software what I have installed. So this is my Python software what I have installed. Suppose here I have been written A equals to 100, B equals to 200, C equals to A plus B. And then I'm going to give print of C. So there is a simple program I have been written. So this corresponding program, whatever I have written for performing the sum of two numbers. Okay. So this corresponding program, I can able to extend from my Windows operating system to Linux operating system without performing any modification. Even into the Mac OS, even into any other operating systems, we can easily extend without any modification. So that is the reason I can say the Python programming language is portable. No need of the any what I mean to say, softwares to extend the Python software from one platform to another platform. Without modification, we can extend the Python software from one platform to another platform. So that is the reason we can say the Python is the portable programming language. Okay, and the Python is extendable programming language. Extendable means we can able to extend, we can able to be add our own libraries also into the Python if required. For example, as per your development, if you need any special module for your project, for your application, you develop it by your own and add into your Python library, because the Python have the extreme community to get the help at the same time to add the corresponding resources also into the Python software. So that is the reason we can say the Python is extendable programming language. So these are all the features what we have with. So because of this, we can say the Python is one of the popular programming language can use to develop any kind of applications in the real world. Okay, so this is about the features of the Python. Now tell me guys, do you have any questions from your end? Anybody? All clear? Ask me if you have any questions from your end. Anybody? One by one. Any questions? No problem. No questions?
Hello, sir. Shravan here. Yeah, sir. Actually, any
Tell me, Shravan.
advantage or disadvantage to install the file in C or other drive? Is there
Pardon,
any
can you repeat your
advantage
question
to
again?
install the by default program by default installation in C or it in other drive?
Fine. Got your question. See, if I can open my computer into my C drive, there are multiple programming files. See, Adobe related, some common files, Dell related, document related. There are many files are there. Am I correct? Correct? So to organize the Python asked. I was missed to note down a so on so program which was discussed on so on so time. So I want to search about that program instance. I need to be check where the Python is and everything. Correct? So instead, if I can able to be keep the Python separately like this, where I have been developed, I have been created the folder separately. I have been created the separate the corresponding folder separately, correct? So Python working directory I have been created, okay? Or else into the personal, wherever I have been created, okay? So if I can be create the corresponding Python folder separately, what happened? I can able to be organized. Any kind of the developments easily, and any batch information I can able to be easily monitor. So here, PyCharm community, actually, I want to tell you about this. Okay. Python Bootcamp OOP, Python scripting. So actually, these are the two batch information what I'm going to be used separately. So I can able to be monitor these kind of the informations easily for the Python separately. So that is the reason I have been taken, or I have been do the installation into the separate folder. That's it. Okay. If you can be used into your C drive, you can. So in my computer, there are a lot of softwares, right? So that is the reason for the easy monitoring. I'm going to use the customized installation. That's it. Even if you can be use the install now option also, no problem at all. Understood? Shravan.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions, anybody? Chalo, I can move with the next point. Python applications. What kind of applications we can develop with the Python? So using the Python, we can develop. Any web applications easily. Any kind of web application. For example, if you want to develop any e-commerce application, so you can, like Amazon or Flipkart or Myntra, okay, you can able to be developed easily. Okay, this is one of the application. You can allow to be develop any gaming application. So gaming applications also we can develop easily. So already some of the games were developed, like Ludo King, the most popularly used the game. So by many people, okay. So that game also, and so I forgot the name actually. So there are many games are available. Car race games are available. Cards are there. Many are there. Okay. So if you want to develop the Python is, if you want to be develop the gaming application, Python is one of the best choice. Okay. Next, third application, Python can be used for the desktop application development. If you want to develop any application like the Wi-Fi drivers or Bluetooth driver or Notepad or MS Excel, Paint, if you want to be develop such type of the Windows-based application, you can able to be. So this is also one of the kind of application we can do, we can say, and we can able to develop. We can able to be developer. IoT related applications also. Internet of Things applications also we can develop. We can develop the embedded applications. Embedded applications. We can develop the applications from data science. Data science. We can use the Python in artificial intelligence. So like this, there are many applications we can do using the Python. So if anybody can ask what kind of applications we can do with the Python means, these are all the platforms. There are many. Okay. So this is the point. Next point is Python have some more points. If you want to use the Python, we have some more points that we require to know here. So what kind of points means? Very simple. I have told you we can able to be extend the Python into any environment. Yes, absolutely correct. The Python can also be used in another way also. So what is that instance? For example, if you want to run the Java application, means the application which got developed by the Java. So you want to run using the Python means, yes, it is possible. The Java applications, you can able to be run with the Python. How? So basically the Python have some flavors. So Python's flavors. Using these corresponding flavors, we can use the Python with other languages also. For example, C Python is there. C Python is one of the flavor. If you want to be use the C application with the Python, if you want to be integrate the C application with the Python, for example, I have already told you, the Python can be used for the distributed application development like the PhonePe, correct? So there might be PhonePe developed with the Java, but you might integrate the features of the PhonePe with Python application, with your Python application. So it is possible. Why? Because the Python have the various flavors. So C Python can be required to be integrate the C application with the Python language. At the same time, we can able to use the Jython. Jython is one more flavor we have. Jython. Okay. Java application can integrate with the Python using the Jython flavor. Jython, or else simply we can say JPython. Java Python, simply we can say JPython or the Java Python. Okay. Next, Iron Python is one more flavor we have. So what the Iron Python can do? C# applications, .NET applications are there. If you want to be .NET, means if you want to use the .NET application with the Python, integrate the .NET application with the Python, Iron Python can be required. Okay. So like this, there are the multiple flavors. Ruby Python is there. Ruby is one more language. If you want to integrate the Ruby applications with the Python, we can be use the Ruby Python, Anaconda Python. So like this, there are the multiple flavors are there. So when you want to integrate any third-party application with the Python, third-party application means other language applications with the Python, these flavors are required. Okay. So we can able to be develop the distributed applications. Why? Because the Python have the multiple flavors. So when you want to extend the Python with other language or other language extension with the Python, we can use this, means the corresponding flavors can be helpful. So this is also one of the important point we should be remember. Okay. But we have the biggest disadvantage with the Python. There is a limitation. That limitation is we cannot able to be developer. Not possible to develop any mobile application with the Python. This is the biggest drawback. We cannot able to be develop any mobile application. For example, you want to develop the Android based application or iOS based application. It is not possible with the Python because there are no libraries available. In future might be some libraries might be added. Okay, by that time it might be possible, but now we cannot able to be develop any mobile application. Okay, and comparing with comparing with the C programming language, the performance wise, the Python have the less performance at the like simply we can say it is not up to mark. Performance wise, it is not up to mark. Why? Because Python is completely interpreter dependent. So to convert all the lines of code into mission code, it can be do line by line. It will take too much of time. If any error is there, it cannot able to be detect the next line also. So that is the reason I'm saying, because of the interpreter, Python's performance is not up to mark comparing with other languages. So these are the two biggest limitations what we have. Python's performance is not up to mark. But we can able to be overcome this with some third-party libraries. We can able to be overcome this with some third-party libraries. So that is the reason Python is meaningful with a lot of third-party libraries like this: C Python, Jython, Iron Python, Ruby Python, like this. So this is the reason why we require to use a third-party libraries are. Okay. So here the Python introduction is like this. So what we have been studied about the Python history, we have seen what kind of features the Python have. So along with the Python features, we have seen with Python setup, how we can able to be get. Okay. And if you want to use the Python, see, we can able to open the Python like this, and we can able to write any lines of the code like this. Okay. So these points we have seen, applications of the Python we have seen, and we have seen with the Python flavors and the limitations on all. Okay. So from tomorrow, we can start with the Python programming fundamentals. Like what is the Python syntax? And what kind of programming fundamentals we have? Like for example, keywords. What are the keywords we have? And what are the identifiers we have? And how to use the identifiers? What is meant by the variable, IO operation, operators, data types, like that. There are some fundamentals are there. Okay. We require to know all the corresponding fundamentals. So from tomorrow, we can start with the real meaning of Python. Are you getting clarity, right, guys, all of you? So if you have any questions from today, you can just ask me. I will clarify you. Anybody? Any questions from your end?
Sir,
In Python, we need to follow any interpretation or
One by one. Tell me who is asking. Navina?
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Somebody else asked.
Yeah, who is asking? Sai, tell me.
Sir, we need to follow any
Is nothing but group of statements. In Java and C programming language, flower brackets we can use. Okay.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
Python, we can use the indentation, tab space. With the tab space, we can define some statements. Okay. So this is the basic difference from Python to other languages. Group of statements we can define in the Python with the indentation. But in other languages, we can use the flower brackets. That is the difference. I will tell you with the syntax.
Okay, yes, sir. Thanks.
Now tell me, Naveen.
Sir, Naveen here. Sir, question is about Jython. Actually, in my company, people are using Java. I'm supporting Java application. I don't write code, but I am from the testing side. And they also use Python inside it, the coders. So I believe they are also using Jython. So how do I learn that part of it? Or after learning Python, how can get?
Python is one of the library. So how the NumPy, how the pandas, okay? If you can be import that corresponding Jython module into your file, okay? Like Python, the Jython also having lot of predefined functions and classes, okay? You can automatically use those after importing, okay? Now, so it is not much, what I mean to say, difficult to understand. If you know about the usage of the Python, you can able to be understand and adaptable with the Jython, okay? If required, I will tell you how to adopt the corresponding Jython at the end of your sessions of the Python. If you can be remember me, I will tell you, I will give you some references to you to understand the Jython. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any more?
Sir, how many months you will teach this Python, sir?
Actually, it is free, right, Sai? We are focusing on only the core Python. So the total duration for this session is 30 days. Okay, no? So
Yes.
this is our, I guess, fourth class. Okay. From here, in next 20 days, 26 days, I'm going to be finish your batch. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Python. For the advanced Python, if any new batch after the Pongal, will let you know during your session. Accordingly, you can be enrolled for the next session. Okay?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.